and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Bradford's Vikings going up against Carr's Raiders. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
Well, this Minnesota defense played well against Dallas Week 13. Remember, they were without Mike Zimmer. He's their head coach, but he's a defensive guy.
And I believe that Zim does handle most of the calls on defense as well. So, yes, he's the head coach, but he handles that side of the ball. That's his specialty. But I thought it galvanized the team. Not having Mike Zimmer there, they wanted to play really well for him, and they did throughout the game. They just had the coordinators handle each side of the ball, and the defense kind of took care of their own business.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. We're going to rally. We ready? Alert. 18. Hey, we're going to rally. All right, here we go. We're going to rally. Oh, baby, alert.
Again, it's Murray. What a spin. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. On the tackle, it's Captain Munnerlyn. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
Throwing his car on third down. And Roberts with it over the middle. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They do go for it. It's Carr. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Bradford. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 14 yards that time for number 14. So the D-line's going to spread out. Bradford now to throw on first down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 2nd down. The starters now on offense. And Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries. But, boy, as he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bradford now. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Here we go now.
Bradford to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aldon Smith coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5. They go back to the air here after the INT. Sideline throw, It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
We ready? Red 18. Zebra. Zebra. We go rally. Rally.
Play clock winding down.
We ready?
They'll come out in the pistol. A run, it's Murray. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. We ready? Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8. Hey, we go rally. Rally. All right, here we go.
Now Carr going to give to Olawale. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Now Carr, throw left side to the tight end Walford. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
All right, here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8.
On first down, Murray. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
All right, here we go. We ready?
One receiver to the left is Cooper. Here's Carr to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space, no gain.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Zebra! Zebra! We ready to go rally! Rally!
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Throwing his Carr on third down. Cooper's got it. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Hey, we go rally! Rally! We ready? Red 18! Red 18! Zebra! Zebra! All right, here we go.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's the option going right. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Alert! We ready?
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hit Jameis Olawale. And 4th down coming up. So now on 4th down, the Raiders will turn it over to the left foot of Sebastian Janikowski. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Yeah, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, no kickers on the field right now, but did want to discuss Justin Tucker and how he made headlines this last week, kicking a kickoff through the uprights, and his coach suggesting, maybe in jest, that, hey, we should get a point for that. What do you think?
I like the fact that he brought it up and turned into a topic of conversation. I'm very leery about gimmicking up the game. I like the authenticity of our game as it is. I don't want to see people getting that when all of a sudden we're aiming for the goalpost and everybody's got to go out and get this big-legged kicker who can do that and just give a point or maybe, move the starting point for the defense. No, I'm not in favor, but it's a good discussion point.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. 3rd and short yardage, Bradford. And he's able to find Diggs. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. McKinnon last week, 41 yards, 9 carries. Had a receiving touchdown. But, as a team, the Vikings, 867 yards rushing this year. That's dead last in the NFL.
And I think a lot of people are eager to get Adrian Peterson back and think that will cure everything. But Matt Asiata and Jerick McKinnon are a pretty nice combo. They just aren't getting much blocking and much support up front. I do think left tackle T.J. Clemmings is an excellent run blocker, and they might need to go in that direction a little bit more.
First down, Bradford. And incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Throwing again. Bradford on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So Adam Thielen, Charles, a guy we've talked about a few times. He's had to rise up from being undrafted, slowly working his way toward the top of the totem pole.
And, partner, you know how you know a guy is doing exactly what you said? It's when you sit down with coaches and they don't mention that they hope that he can step up and play. They just mention him as part of the game plan. And that's what's happened with Adam Thielen. He is an integral part of what they do on offense and a guy that Sam Bradford looks for in the clutch.
15 catches last 2 games coming out of Week 13. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
That's caught at the 3. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. And that 3-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the second quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
And now here come the Raiders. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Murray the lone setback. Carr now to throw. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
All right, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Screen play, McKinnon. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
Here's Bradford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. 3rd down here. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 21 that time. And that leads to a Minnesota 1st down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Bradford now to throw on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They come out here in the I. First and goal here from the 2. They'll try and run with McKinnon. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Try to run it in with Line, the fullback. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Zach Line taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. To return, it's DeAndre Washington. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And quickly, they get to the line. That was second down run for Murray. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Chad Greenway in on the stop. They're losing here in the third quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
Yeah, and while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was the place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because...
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on fourth down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. And the play clock's running down. Here we go on fourth down with Carr. And this is incomplete. A surprise.